and gentlemen, all of this is alleged. All of it. All of it. Being that it is alleged, even though it is alleged, the allegations are so wild and unbelievable, I had to share it. Because I want to know what you guys think about this. I want to know from you, because you know, the amount of people that called Andre about this last night. No, sir. You ever hear them say, anyway, smoke, there's fire? Ladies and gentlemen, something is not right. Want to hear me say? Something is not right.
Something not right, my wisdom warriors.
Something right.
Is not right.
But without any further ado, you know, I just go and play the tape. Let me play the tape. Let me play the tape.
I will try my very best to pull through tonight. I want somebody call James Robertson in front of the class for me. No, I'm not drinking a Red Bull. Red Bull is not good for nobody. And remember, I'm a diabetic. You're going to tell me if you go drink Red Bull. You see, saying I mean me not good? I want somebody to call James Robertson in front of the class for me. Remember, Mark Golding had a slip on the tongue on the weekend. But my mother always tell me, he that is without sin should cast the very first stone. Listen to James Robertson, Jamaica. Listen to James Robertson. Of all people, James Robertson. Listen to this.
Apologize properly, the demand of at least one member of the JLP hierarchy to the opposition leader Mark Golding amidst ongoing debate about an expletive which was picked up on a microphone on the campaign trail. JLP officials were speaking at a concert in St. Catherine last night. Details from Andrea Chisholm.
Opposition leader Mark Golding on the campaign trail last week with a malfunctioning microphone.
Well, you look like you're ready. Yo. Hey.
That was the occasion where he used an expletive. As we told you in Primetime News Sunday, Mr. Golding has apologized.
To anybody who heard it and feel offended, sorry, sir.
At Sunday's JLP Gospel Concert in Old Harbour St. Catherine, mockery.
Some people...
He has not apologized. His apology requires an apology for what he did. Listen carefully to how he apologized and the language he used. That is no apology. And I am rejecting that apology and telling him, apologize properly.
That issue aside, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness reiterated that the National Housing Trust is on track to deliver 70,000 houses in a few years.
So in total, the NHT has under construction or in planning 40,600 housing units in addition to what they have already built over the last 4 years. We shall shortly announce the next phase of housing development, which will help us to reach the 150,000 mark. So I will be announcing another 60,000 new houses to be built coming in the next term, and we are well on our way with that.
Dr. Holness added that an enterprise team is in place to work on the Greater Innswood Development Plan. Lands will be acquired from the Sugar Company of Jamaica, and some applications have already been approved.
The Greater Innswood Development Plan will start in the St. John's Road area. It will take in housing developments like Naisbury Grove, Silver Sun, Kitson Town, and it will come down the hill, coming right into areas of Whole Harbour.
Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.
Jamaica. Why is it that the people with the very...
Before Andre said anything, the man said the man apology require an apology. Listen to his apology carefully. We could do that then, no? We could do that. Because I really don't understand what I'm talking about. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Mark Golding apologize. Let us listen. Let us listen. These people major in the minor, guys. They major in the minor. Here we go.
It sounds like we have a good microphone system tonight. Last night, I was at another function. And I have pure problem with the microphone. And me butter a little BC under my breath. Me never mean anybody to hear it. And a live feed pick it up. So I just want to say to anybody who heard it and feel offended, sorry here, sir. Never mean no disrespect. Me never mean to offend nobody. Me's a humble youth and a well-behaved youth.
So James Robertson, the man said exactly what happened. The mic was giving a problem. Frustration, right? He mutter a bad word under him breath, not meaning for anybody to hear it. And if anybody is offended, I'm sorry. Sorry here, sir. I don't mean if you offend nobody, because I mean it's really a humble youth. I don't understand what James Robertson is talking about. I hear pure sincerity in the man argument and the man apology. So why me if you apologize again? To you that is being accused by your opposing candidate that you are suffer the farmer them down St. Thomas. You need if you apologize to the farmer them down St. Thomas. If that is true, you can't get a visa under that circumstances why you can't get a visa. There is some alleged criminality to it. Why you can't get a visa for the United States, James Roberts? Why? Huh? In the political streets, your name no good, brother. Where do you get the moral authority to speak and demand anything from Mark Jefferson Golding? The man of integrity himself. Nobody never forced Mark Chief to come apologize. You know? Mark Golding can apologize off him own. Who are you for demand and apologize? Where you get? Who send you? Don't tell me say you make Andrew Honest put one battery in your back. Because Andrew Honest couldn't do it himself, right? So I'm saying you. I want to for that one. Andrew Honest couldn't do it himself. So I'm saying you. Because him know say. Andrew know say. If he didn't ever send up about Mark Golding bad word. He would have dig up all like dirty nasty file them about him and the statutory declaration and everything from your son. Nah, listen to me, man. Him know say him couldn't run in for Marky G. Because the public defenders on this platform would have rushed him. You understand? Would have reel out him nasty file. Right? And nobody not tell no lie upon him. We just attack the facts. Your statutory declaration cannot be certified. That's alarming. How can you be the chief, the man who run the ship, but yet still the goal that is on the ship? Right? We see say your pocket I get fatter, but we never pay that the amount of money there. So how comes you have that amount of money there? It not make no sense. It not add up. That's what it means. So we are suspicious of you. We don't trust you. So because we just want to hold on something to talk about Mark Golding. First, we want to tell lies that the PMP now have no plans. And now, we not try to talk about Mark. When you say Mark Golding is not a Jamaican, no, him cuss a bad word. That sounds pretty Jamaican to me. I know the argument is, one minute in a chat say, Not because you cuss about word, you're not a Jamaican. You still want to go back to the slave master foolishness. Brother, on a lame. And everybody that have sense knows on a lame. A gimmicks you not deal with. We are dealing with some serious thing developing the country. We are talking about a war against corruption, and that we are dealing with. War against crime and corruption because they are synonymous with each other. Talking about the apology. Whose mess is this?
So I just want to tell anybody who heard it and feel offended. Sorry, sir. Never mean. So I just. It sounds like I have a good microphone system tonight. Last night, I was at another function, and I pure problem with the microphone. And me bought a little BC under my breath. Me never mean anybody to hear it. And a live feed pick it up. So I just want to say to anybody who heard it and feel offended, sorry here, sir. Never mean no disrespect. Me never mean to offend nobody. Me's a humble youth and a well-behaved youth. And I would never disrespect Jamaican people. Anyway, come.
And you know the audacity of these people. Why the brother the James Robertson never tell Andrew Honest for apologize for calling the PMP dogs? PMP are like dogs chasing down such and such. Why never tell him to apologize for that? Let us hear what Andrew has to say. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this.
Nastiest antecedents. Why is it that the people with the very nastiest antecedents? Why is it that the people who nobody believes in, or people shun them because they are the very appearance of evil, always try to come in public spaces trying to be decent? What is it there that Mark Golding need to apologize better for James Robertson? Why you don't apologize to the onion farmers in St. Thomas, who you have ravished, mashed down, pulled down, raped, and mash up the onion business? Warm to the man where you have to make run with James Robertson. Why you not apologize to Fim family? Why you don't apologize? I'm going to remind you about something, James Roberts. I'm going to remind you about something. I think I need to go in the archives and remind you. James. I need to remind you of your antecedents. I need to remind you. I really need to remind you tonight. Because he that is without sin, James, you remember Ramish? Not Ramesh, you know, Ramish. I bet them don't remind you. James. You remember Keon Campbell? Producer sent you the picture. Who don't remember Keon Campbell? Courtney? No, I remember. Honestly, I remember. Keon Campbell, who him carry on stage at the JLP conference. Yes. Because it was alleged that they said Keon Campbell, James tried to take him life. You remember this, Jamaica? And James carry him on stage to say, there is no beef between me and Keon Campbell. What can go
so? So you had a situation, James Robertson, where it was alleged that you have a situation where it was alleged that you wanted to take this man's life to the point where you had to go on stage and let them know, no, that's not the case. So why does these types of argument keep surrounding your name, Mr. James Robertson? Very interesting indeed.
Only I remember this about 2010, 2011. Who remember this, Jamaica? Who remember this? So you need to go apologize to those families, James Robertson. You need to go and apologize to Kean Mitchell's or Kean Campbell's family. Only I remember that but lest you forget, he that is without sin must cast the very first stone. He that is without sin, Jamaica. Onion farmer, he has ravished and mashed up. In bite, hold it down at the wharf, store it in at the wharf. You know what I bag for your onion now? $17,000. See somebody I call like them want to remind James Robertson. Me never ready to deal with Andrew Holness yet. Hello, caller, good night. Yes, sir. Hold on there. What you saying now? Hold on there.
James Robertson, if he indeed apologize, the police constable Dwayne Brown, when killed, who was a part of his personal bodyguard, because the policeman was too much in business. Ask me if he apologize to Dwayne family and the people them for that.
What you say?
Ball out! Whoa, we need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
What you say, caller?
I said, ask him if him apologize to the police officer, Dwayne Brown, who was a part of his security detail, who he met then kill in a 2010 because he know too much in business.
What?
Ask him if he did apologize to that. He go a funeral and him almost confess at a funeral.
Really? What about
Ask him if he did apologize to that.
Help. We hear the
We
deliverance.
need your divine intervention. We're tired of the labor right. What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
His security detail, who he met then kill in a 2010 because he know too much in business.
What?
Ask him if he did apologize to that. He go a funeral and him almost confess at a funeral.
Really? What about
Ask him if he did apologize to that.
Really?
Good night.
These are allegations, Jamaica. I don't know nothing about this one. I don't know nothing about this one, Jamaica. But the man said, did you apologize to the police officer family? The views expressed is not the view of Andre Stevens. I don't know nothing about what the man did.
The views expressed by the people them is not my views. Me no know not about none of them something here. I don't know these people.
Talk about, but it is worth questioning and probing. See, Marshy, I call. Marshy. Go in a US duty.
You think we don't know what and glove you?
Marshy, no easy, you know. Time this man call me, so me have to call them back. 3 times. 3 times and 3 are dead. No, sir. Somebody say, Andre, ask him about Mikey post. I want your Mikey post. Them say, teacher, ask him about Mikey post. James, I want your Mikey post. James, yo, I want your Mikey post.
You have been.
Me call back the person and the person no answer. Mikey post. I want your Mikey post. Call me when your Mikey post. So what do you tell you, man? You know Jamaica, our head boy should have round up the section here tonight, you know. The class, the jazz, the dance just a start, but you know, so your file bigger than file 13.
Nah, good night, Andre.
Yes.
Ask James Robertson. The bad man was in police custody. The police have him to lock him up in the yellow center mask. And him come and take away the bad man from the police. Police bell.
What you say? Police lock up bad man and James do what?
The policeman have the bad man. And James come and put the police and put the bad man on police.
Take the bad man from the police? What
of the bad man
can
in
go
custody.
so?
What can go so?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know not none of this. You hear that? It is alleged that James Robertson take a bad man from the police. So the police grab the bad man, have him under arrest, and then James come and take with the bad man from. What can go so? What can go? Oh, how sway? How does this happen in a country that is supposed to be a country that is running in democratic and by the law and order? That sounds like some dictatorship vibes are going. Like some people have power over police. When the police them I want them supposed to have the authority. What can go so? These are some serious allegations, you know. My God, let's continue.
What you
The
say?
bad man come from Button Bay in St. Thomas.
Mm,
James Robertson took away the bad man from the police.
yes.
And asked James Robertson about petrol debt in your petrol debt. And I can go on and on. I'm from St. Thomas. I'm born and going St. Thomas. I can go on and on and on.
All right.
But I
All
won't say
right.
anything more.
Somebody say Andre Stevens. Remind James Robertson that Ian Wiley is still alive and is in the United. What is for me?
No, me, I force me to hear the name there. Ian Wiley. That one is interesting. That allegation is very interesting. What? The person, according to them, said the person what? Take solid, I go think so. You know what? Let me continue. Let me shut up.
No, sir. Almighty God. James Robertson. Them time if I ask you about Ian Wiley and say Ian Wiley is still alive and still living in the United. What is now Jamaica? No. No, sir. I won't wake up the hands next for. I won't wake up the hands next for. Hello? Hello, good night.
Yes,
Sir, you know,
Peter,
say me really annoyed by you at night time. Me tell yourself to turn off the TV at night time. Me go stop answer you, you know. Me go stop answer you at night time. What are you saying now?
I don't have a TV.
You have on something that is giving a bad reaction. Sir, when
You still hearing that?
Yes, I'm still hearing it.
Jamari, go down there sir, with your phone. Go inside your room.
Yes,
quickly.
that is what is affecting me. There is some radiation.
I'm sorry, it's my grandson. I didn't know he had his phone on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what are you saying now?
Tell him to ask the Prime Minister to lift the gag order. That's all I have to say.
To lift the gag order?
Yeah, not only to release the Crawl report.
Yes.
Or to release all the report. Lift the gag order if you have nothing to hide. Continue to I'm back in your class. I'm back in the class.
Hey, the man said lift the gag order. Yes, Marcia, my baby mother.
I'm a baby father. What I say?
Yes, Marcia.
Andre,
yes.
ask him about treasure.
Who?
Treasure. Ask James Robertson about treasure.
Treasure?
The man, yes.
No.
Ask him about treasure.
When do we treasure now, Marcia? Marcia, when do we treasure?
Me say, ask him no only in treasure.
Treasure.
Ask him.
Treasure beach. Come on, treasure beach.
So treasure. No beach in the panel. Ask him about treasure. All right.
All of these are questions tonight, you know. All of these are questions tonight, Jamaica. No. At this you call for ball out. At this you call for ball out, Jamaica.
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
Treasure is the Campbell youth that have to run leave in Big Ratted House in a St. Anne. Yes, Ian Riley did have to run to seek asylum in the US. Them kill. It is alleged that them killed his mother in Ayala. Mighty God. Hey! No, sir, this not sound good.
Yes.
This not so. Andre asked him about Three Finger Jack incident. No, sir, me no know what to ask about. Ask him about the money he owed Nori Nemardi. Ask him about the money he owes allegedly Norm Nemardi. How about this, Jamaica? No, Sakwani. He that is without sin. He that is without sin. He that is without. I'm sorry, Miss Spam no call and give us one of them revivalists sang the theme tonight. Somebody else a call Jamaica. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Somebody else a call Jamaica. Hello, good night.
The article in the Miami Herald in 2016 name.
The what? Hey. Hello, good night.
Yeah, good night, Andre.
Yes, sir.
You see the man of them call
In 2016 name.
Hello, good night.
The article in the Miami Herald in 2016 name.
Mighty God. People. Sorry when you never hear me. People. The lady just said something a while ago. And me go look it up. People, me go look it up, my people. For the people that are on Bvrclips, we're not going to be able to see it. For the people that are on Bvrclips 2.0, we're not going to be able to hear me. Alright? It says here, Jamaica murder yarn has political ties with a Scotland Yard twist box cover. With the almighty God of Daniel, I offer picture that. Mighty God, we need a divine intervention.
Ball out! Whoa, we need help, Jesus.
Help. We hear the letter.
We need a divine intervention. We're tired of the labor right.
Boy. Without even reading up. Jesus. August 4, 2016, ladies and gentlemen. August 14, 2016. The article is from the Miami Herald. Titled Jamaica Murder Yarn has political ties with a Scotland Yard twist. And it reads as follows. Yes? Hold on, let me listen to this. Only have a minute. Listen instead of reading. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Jamaica murder yarn has political ties, with a Scotland Yard twist. In February, James Robertson won re-election to the Parliament of Jamaica. It was the latest in an unbroken string of victories for the 50-year-old politician since winning his first campaign in 2002. During that time, Robertson, a member of the conservative Jamaica Labour Party, has survived a political career that would have derailed many. He was re-elected in 2012, when a backlash against the JLP's association with a drug trafficker forced the Prime Minister to resign, and the rival People's National Party, PNP, nearly swept the elections. When he tried to push out his party's leader in 2013 and lost, he kept his deputy leader position in the party anyway. But those episodes were child's play compared to what he faced in 2010. That year the U.S. State Department revoked Robertson's visa for reasons never made public. Then he was accused of murder. The accusations against him dominated headlines in Jamaica. But Robertson was never charged and has denied the accusations, attributing them to political enemies. He's never been charged, let alone convicted. His accuser, a small businessman, has left the country. Officials made no comments. The news media eventually dropped the story. The matter seemed to simply disappear. Until now. Leslie Leigh Green, a former assistant commissioner of police for the Jamaican Constabulary Force who has since retired, revealed to the Miami Herald that he investigated accusations that Robertson tried to arrange at least 2 murders, and found enough evidence that he recommended that prosecutors charge the politician. Investigations have been conducted alleging serious offences against Robertson and others, said Green, who is English and a former Scotland Yard detective. In 2006, the Jamaican government hired him on contract to help professionalize the force. The Department of Public
Yo, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. What the hell is going on? Leslie Green. That's why they say a Scotland Yard twist. So what happened to Leslie Green now? I bet Leslie Green is no longer a part of the force. I bet they fire him. Hey! Mighty God, make we listen more.
Prosecutions made a ruling there was sufficient evidence to charge Robinson. But after carefully assembling his case, Green said, Jamaica's Ministry of National Security refused to offer to protect one of the key witnesses. The witness fled, and the case fell apart. The guilt or innocence of Robertson aside, the episode highlights a problem holding the powerful accountable in a region dogged by violence. The UN's Caribbean Human Development Report noted in 2012 that Latin America and the Caribbean made up 8.5% of the world's population, but tallied 27% of its homicides. Jamaica has the highest homicide rate in the Caribbean. Day at the dealership. On a sunny afternoon in 2008, Ian Johnson was finalizing the purchase of a silver Mitsubishi Pajero at Motor Sales of Jamaica when he saw James Robertson enter the dealership. Johnson owned 2 convenience stores and a construction company in St. Thomas, the parish Robertson represented in Parliament. He was active in the JLP and had raised money for Robertson's previous campaigns. Robertson beckoned me aside, Johnson said in a sworn statement filed by his Fort Lauderdale lawyer and attached to an application for asylum in the United States. We walked a few feet away from the sales rep that I was talking to, Johnson said in the sworn statement. Robertson told him he was having problems with a businessman in St. Thomas. The rival businessman's name was Cecil Riley, known locally as Petrol. Specifically, he asked me to arrange to kill Petrol Cecil Riley, Johnson said in his statement. Johnson said he was shocked and left without giving an answer. Robertson did not respond to repeated requests for comment by email and telephone. His lawyer at the time, Patrick Bailey, said, he's not going to talk about that. To the Jamaican news media, however, and in a court document, Robertson acknowledged Johnson's allegations but vehemently denied them. He ultimately would file a libel suit against Johnson.
Father God help me. Patrick Bailey again? No sir, me I see a pattern here sir. Patrick Bailey again? He see him Patrick Bailey with man, they never find man in them house. And him say him no know how the man dead and the man stop up and get shot. Patrick Bailey again? Mighty God. No, sir.
A few weeks after the encounter, 2 gunmen shot Riley dead outside a nightclub he owned in St. Thomas. Even by Jamaican standards, Robertson's alleged request stood out. Robertson was not just a member of parliament, he was the country's Minister of Energy and Mining. He was in his 40s and the deputy leader and a rising star of the JLP. In addition, he would seem to make an unlikely criminal. He is from a prominent Kingston family. They own a shipping company and cold storage facilities. Robertson himself had gone to high school in England and then graduated from Southern Methodist University.
Yo, it is all coming together. Oh my God. Did you guys hear that? He's from a prominent family and they own a what? Cold storage facility. So the allegations about the onions, Jesus Christ, Father God help me, we need you, we need you. Jesus. Oh, sir.
We can't take it no more.
This I get out of hand. Mighty God. Make we hear more. Let me care about Bvrclips. Jesus. People that hear this, I first me listen to the article here.
He was in his 40s and the deputy leader and a rising star of the JLP. In addition, he would seem to make an unlikely criminal. He is from a prominent Kingston family. They own a shipping company and cold storage facilities. Robertson himself had gone to high school in England and then graduated from Southern Methodist University in Texas in 1988. He was a polo-playing socialite. By the mid-2000s, however, the young politician's rise had caught the attention of Jamaican and U.S. officials for the wrong reasons. A 2005 diplomatic cable sent by the U.S. Embassy in Jamaica and obtained by WikiLeaks stated that like many Jamaican politicians of whatever party affiliation, Robertson is known to associate with criminal elements. A 2007 cable obtained by WikiLeaks stated that sources told the Drug Enforcement Administration that Robertson was involved with money laundering and organized crime, and that Robertson's father had once been forced to hand over acres of land to settle his son's drug debts. The U.S. Embassy declined to comment for this article. Immediately after Riley's execution on May 26, 2008, Robertson expressed shock. He praised Riley as a role model for young people. Morning, noon and night, you could always look to him, Robertson was quoted in Jamaica's RJR News. No one has been arrested for that homicide. Suddenly a target. Shortly after Riley's death, Johnson said he became a marked man. According to a police summary of incidents, gunmen shot at him as he drove home from work one night, but missed. They shot at him inside one of his convenience stores, missing him but wounding an employee. Johnson said local police told him they could not protect him. Then, on June 6, 2008, 3 men entered one of Johnson's stores and shot and killed his mother, Hyacinth, while she worked. Johnson took his wife and young daughter and went into hiding. He continued to speak to police, but says he came away with the message each time that there was little they could do to protect him. After about a year, Johnson moved back to his gated house. On the night of July 17, 2009, a gunman stepped out of a car and fired at him as he talked to employees in his carport. Bullets hit Johnson in the thigh, arm, and neck, but the wounds were superficial. A nearby police car rushed over and arrested the driver of the getaway car. The gunman fled on foot. A few days after the shooting, according to Johnson, Robertson himself showed up at his front door, saying he was concerned for Johnson's safety. In the carport, Robertson wrote 2 names on a piece of paper, Johnson said in his sworn statement, and told the Herald, Kyone Treasure Campbell, and the name Guns, which was an alias for a man Johnson knew. But then Robertson crossed out Campbell's name and told me this name I should not pay attention to, according to Johnson. But he pointed directly at Gunn's name and said to me if I killed this man for him, all my problems would go away immediately. Johnson said once again he did not respond. Robertson's lawyer stated in court papers in connection with the libel lawsuit that the allegation he asked Johnson to kill Kyone Campbell, and a man with, alias Guns, was not true. The statements made by Mr. Johnson are false. According to police and other sources, Guns is Kamar Williams, a local gangster affiliated with the rival PNP. Leigh Green, the assistant commissioner of police, later tracked Williams down abroad. I met him outside the country, I'm not going to say where, Green said in an interview. The crux of the conversation was that he knew James Robertson wanted to kill him. He knew it was a credible threat. So he fled. Johnson said he worried there would be repercussions for not following Robertson's alleged orders. He believed those repercussions came to fruition on July 29, 2009, when Johnson's most trusted employee, Jermaine Jones, was lured to a friend's home where a waiting gunman shot him. Jones escaped to a nearby hospital. 2 days later, gunmen tried to kill him there. Again, he survived. Johnson and Jones went into hiding. Johnson reached out to officials at the U.S. Embassy in Kingston for help. He also contacted David Rowe, an expatriate Jamaican lawyer practicing in Fort Lauderdale and teaching at the University of Miami, to assist with a bid for political asylum. On November 9, 2010, Johnson gave a sworn statement in connection with the asylum bid over the telephone to Rowe and a court reporter in Fort Lauderdale. Johnson relayed his entire story, which was turned over to U.S. officials. Johnson also released his statement to the Jamaican news media to bring attention to the matter as a form of protection. If I hadn't released it, I'd be dead, he claimed. Johnson's accusations made headlines days before the JLP's November 2010 annual conference. Robertson marched onto the stage at Kingston's National Arena to defend himself. He called Treasure Campbell, who was described in news media accounts as a student, contractor and JLP activist, to come on stage with him. The 2 men joined hands. This is the man that they say I want to hurt, Robertson declared, according to newspaper accounts. The papers didn't mention that Johnson had said Campbell's name was crossed out. Robertson never mentioned Guns. Campbell told the Gleaner newspaper, I have known Mr. Robertson for more than 10 years and the allegation that he wants me killed is rubbish. A month later, on December 20, 2010, Robertson filed the libel lawsuit in Fort Lauderdale. Robertson withdrew the case a few months later. Rowe declined to comment about the case. Team of investigators. It was only after Johnson's statement went public that Green, the assistant commissioner of police in charge of homicide, heard about the case. He assembled a team of about 6 investigators to corroborate Johnson's statement. Green did not want to publicly disclose evidence because the case is technically still open. According to Jamaican police sources who asked not to be named, the investigation matched ballistics at several of the shootings, and traced cell phone records and car rental receipts that linked Treasure Campbell to the shooting outside Johnson's house, and cell phone records with one of the gunmen who allegedly shot Jones in the hospital. When police searched Campbell's home, according to the police sources, they found cell phone records between Campbell and Robertson from around the time of the shooting. There were also records of financial payments from Robertson to Campbell. Green arranged to relocate Jones to another country in exchange for his testimony. Johnson left for the United States, but agreed to return and testify. On April 1, 2011, Green sent the investigative file to the Office of Public Prosecutions, outlining the case. Then he waited. Robertson, meanwhile, was facing other problems. A government investigation into a contract to supply natural gas to the island found numerous irregularities. The contract was cancelled and Robertson, under pressure, stepped down as Minister of Energy. He remained in Parliament. Days later, Robertson confirmed to reporters that both his and his wife's U.S. visas had been revoked. The U.S. State Department declined to comment. On June 4, 2011, Paula Llewellyn, Jamaica's Director of Public Prosecutions, responded to the evidence that Green submitted. She sent a memo to Green stating that there was prima facie evidence to base the charge of soliciting murder against Robertson. The memo has never been made public, but was obtained from law enforcement sources close to the investigation, with parts redacted. In a caveat, the memo noted that the case was based on persons who appear to have very significant credibility issues, referring to Johnson and Jones. The issues: Johnson alleges that Robertson is connected in some way to the murder of his mother and believes that Robertson has given orders to have him, Johnson, killed. Meanwhile, Jones appears to be a gunman or very closely linked with them, the memo stated. The memo also offered the recommendation that given the status of former Minister James Robertson and the nature of these allegations, one should anticipate significant challenges in bringing this matter to trial. She was right. In late July 2011, a member of Jamaica's witness security team visited Jones in a foreign country, where he was under police guard. Jones, who had been seeking relocation, was told by witness protection the offer had not been approved by the Ministry of National Security, Green recounted. The next day he was told he was required to appear in court to give evidence. The combination of events scared Jones. He basically walked off the system and left, said Johnson, who was hiding with Jones. Without Jones, prosecutors declined to pursue the case. Through Johnson, Jones declined to comment for this story. In January 2012, Green learned that the Ministry of National Security did not renew his contract with the police department. He returned to Europe. The investigation and its collapse were never reported. Green has never before spoken publicly about the case. Johnson said he would gladly return to testify, if his safety could be guaranteed. The minute one politician is held accountable for their crimes, Jamaica will be a different place, he said. Robertson, meanwhile, still cannot travel to the United States.
Thanks for listening. Here is something else you might like.
Transparent sea creature with horn.
Message now deliver. You know why me deliver it? You know how much blog I listen, you know how much of them lock on? After me name make them can put on them pot. If a one preacher make Jamaican dagger can yam food, I'm asked you what. Led by Andre, Array. But when I say Portland, me never call no name. With sure me can, me no call no foul. But me I tell some people, this year 2025, the plumb line has been drawn. Who not dead and lose sleep. God want back Jamaica. One way or another. Jamaica belong to God. Lift your God bless hand in another church here. If you don't lift your hand, you're a hypocrite if you don't love me right now. You're not supposed to there. Lift your hand and say, Eternal Father, bless our land, guide us with your mighty hand, keep us free from evil powers, be our light through countless hours. Lift your God bless honor, you hypocrite. Before God and all mankind, we pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, wisdom and courage of my the strength and vigor of my back in the service of my fellow. Sit. Where are they? Where are they? You can't go up. I promise to stand up for justice. Come like, don't forget. You're hypocrite. You forget. You forget the pledge. And that you're not loyal no more. You don't remember the pledge. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood and peace, to work diligently, to think create, and give generous, so that Jamaica may. Under what? Under who? Under who? Under who? Jamaica under God. Jamaica under God. Jamaica under God. Jamaica under will increase in beauty, fellowship and prosperity. We will play our part in advancing the welfare of the whole human. I am giving you a warning.
Jamaica, I have nothing to say. I am in a state of shock because everything that we've heard came together in that one article. All the allegations that we've heard came together in that one article. So people, only say 15 play mega this morning 10:30 in a cash app. Uno shoulda buy it. The people may buy cash pot, uno shoulda buy it. Wednesday 10:30. I look on the screen right now. But seriously, yeah, I just learned a lot more about James Robertson. I personally did not know none of this. None of this. This is a quite a story. Quite a history of allegations. Mighty God. People, it's a lot to digest. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. This reaction has been 47 minutes. But it was 47 minutes well spent. Like and share the video.